God said unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them watch their, verse 11 rather, before we go to 20. And be ready against the third day, for the third day the Lord will come down in the midst of all the people upon Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai is a mountain 7 feet high. And every story building between the decking and the second floor is possibly about 14 or 15 feet. And with that in mind to divide it, you will be talking about a mountain that is up to 500. If you use the number hectares of land, 200 by 200, Mount Sinai is a tall mountain. This day, it has become a tourist center with step actually put in there. But before now, David said, as the water panted after the brooks, so does my heart pant after the Lord. Anyone with strong desire to be more of God always have a deeper insight into God until there is a hunger. The Bible says, blessed are those who are hunger and thirst after righteousness. Scripture promises they shall be filled. Think God is easy, but knowing God is deeper. If you want to know God in his deepness, then your hunger for God must be stronger, which means you must be prepared to do all it possible, all it takes to meet with him. Now here it is, and the first reasoning or the first experience of Mount Sinai, which we are talking about, the Mount Sinai experience part 2, is a sacrificial life. Is a what? I didn't hear you. Is a what? So if your life is not a life of sacrifice, you may not come to that deepness of God. Scripture said in Romans chapter 8, I beseech you, brethren, Romans chapter 12 verse 1, I beseech you, brethren, that you present your body unto God as living sacrifices. Galatians 2 verse 20, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live, yet not, but Christ liveth in me. The life I live by faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave it again. In this kingdom, is a kingdom where we live in the spirit. Even though we are of flesh, our life become a life of the spirit. So if our living is making sense to all human beings, then we should know we are living a life of flesh. For the things of the spirit are foolishness to the carnal minded. For the things of the spirit are foolishness to what? People will ask you, why are you serving God like this? You know, have you ever heard somebody say, all this your service to God, you have not even built house, you have not even buy a car, you have not even married. Listen to me, you don't serve God to marry. You serve God because it's the duty of a man. You didn't hear what I just said now? It is the duty of what? Man, God created you for his glory. Some are married. I'm your husband, so I can decide whether you should serve God or serve Juju. I can say, you say, it's my husband, no, I have to serve Juju because it's my husband. How can a man he said his boyfriend said, a partner in sin said, when the scripture doesn't even give that power to a husband, he has no right. You cannot determine. Have you not seen children who have been disowned by father because they became born again? The children say Christ or never. A life of sacrifice. A life of sacrifice. a life of sacrifice. Nevertheless, I live, but not I, but Christ who liveth in me. That is the Mount experience. When Moses left all, the Bible said the children of Israel at a time felt Moses will not come back, and decided to make golden image for themselves to serve, because Moses left them. When he comes to God, Moses leave all. Moses left his wife. Moses left his children. There are people here who cannot leave football for service. Once there is a football match, football is cancelled. Football is what? Cancelled. See that? Sam, I hope you don't love football like that. But there are people here who cannot leave show for service. Are you still with me, somebody? I won't emphasize on that. God bless you. When you serve God, it becomes your number one. Nothing is more important. That is a life of sacrifice. Moses will leave his wife, leave his children, going to seek the face of God in a mountain that is not easy to climb. Number two, living the sacrificial life. Going to number two, your proof of fear for God. Or you can use the word your proof of love for God. Our love for God also is our fear for God. In short, our love for him is determined by how much we fear him. Our proof that we love him. Our proof that we care about him. Did you know God said unto Satan, Job chapter 1 verse 8, that have thou considered my servant Job, that it is not like him, man who has done beyond normal. No wonder God said unto Moses, he said, I will show you my back. No man ever see my face. If not, I would have shown you my face. If you see my face, you die. I don't want you to die here. For the first time, God turned his back. Somebody saw God, how he looked. Not spiritually, physically. How he looks. Because this man has proven to love God.